movie. I'm sure you enjoyed the movie, right?
Who liked the movie?
Yeah! High five! Alright. And as you might already know, the much anticipated X-Men Days of Future Past is the 7th movie in the X-Men movie franchise.
That's true, and this is the first gala of its kind worldwide. Now, it launched on May 10th in New York, called the X-Men Experience.
Yes.
Now, the cast members all separate themselves, went all over the world, 7 countries, which includes Moscow, London, Beijing. From Singapore, we're going to be going to Sao Paulo and Melbourne.
That is so exciting. So the cast is joining us this morning, and they will be here in a really short while's time. Okay, none other than Hugh Jackman, Bingbing, and of course Peter Dinklage. Wakes up and gets out of the bed and turns his back towards the camera. Yes, I'm just trying to reenact it. But you're much too close for that.
Yes, I think so. I have a favorite scene too.
Yes.
Not as, explicit as yours.
Okay,
my favorite scene was when Magneto came out, when they were breaking out, and Evan Peters as Quicksilver. It was just awesome. Oh. I think he stole that scene.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, I think our 3 celebrities are ready right now, and they are going to be coming up on stage. So please join us in giving them the warmest welcome. First of all, as Wolverine, Hugh Jackman!
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Peter Dinklage!
The lovely, beautiful Bingbing!
So please take a seat. Please take a seat.
请坐，谢谢。
Now, before we open the floor, we will be having you guys pose questions. All you need to do is raise your hand.
Here in Singapore, and if you wouldn't mind telling my 2 children that I'm very important, that'd be great, because they didn't get that memo. I play Wolverine in this movie. I've been playing this character in this series for 14 years, and I am so excited to bring this movie, because not only is it the biggest, I think most exciting and visually thrilling, it is the most emotional and character driven of all of them, and I'm so excited to share the stage with these 2 and to tell you more about it. You see a whole different side of Wolverine in this movie. He's more of a diplomat, an encourager, a mentor. He has to be the guide, which is not really his skill set, so it was fun to play.
Alright, Peter?
Hi everyone, thank you so much for inviting me to beautiful Singapore. It's my first time here, and what better reason to come than with X-Men. Yeah, I played Dr. Bolivar Trask, who, for all those familiar with the comic book series, he's the creator of the Sentinels. He has a very dark agenda. He has done his Darwinian homework, and he feels that the mutants pose a huge threat to humankind as we know it, and he's out to do something about it. But this movie is just, we saw it last week in New York, and I was completely, having been a huge fan of the previous films and Hugh's work, this movie exceeded my expectations. It's a brilliant piece of summer movie making.
Thank you. 那范冰冰在电影里头饰演的是 Blink， 对不对
？Hello everyone， 大家好，我是冰冰，非常的开心可以这一次来到新加坡，跟 Hugh 还有 Peter 我们一起来。
I've never heard of him. He's an up-and-coming actor, is he? Yeah. So it's a great.
He's a dancer.
It's a great dancer, yeah. But it's a great break for him. I too was unknown when I did it, so I hope it does big things for him. But I think it probably speaks to the quality of the storytelling in the X-Men films. For me, having been involved from the beginning, I think they're getting better and better. this film to me feels as fresh and original and as new. It feels like a beginning. It doesn't feel like an end. And the fact that someone of his stature and his talent is coming on board, I think speaks high volumes to the Marvel characters, to the X-Men characters, and just ensures that it'll keep going. And you know, the thing that makes X-Men work for me is the story, is the vulnerabilities of the characters, not just their superhuman abilities. And
before that sexy back shot scene, maybe extra sit-up, push-up, right before that shooting.
I was his body double for that
scene. Because I did know it was a full body naked scene, and I just didn't feel too happy with my derriere, so Peter stepped in. Anyway, I'm not going to go on from there. Yes, for those people who've seen the scene, there were a few extra lunges and squats done that morning, and I can tell you the date we shot that was May 21st, because for me, it takes a long time to get into shape. But for a scene like that, it is a bit like peaking for a marathon. You have to be ready on the day. And I remember being so ready and leading up to it, all the eating and the training you do for months. And it gets very specific. And the AD came up to me, the assistant director, said, "We're going to move that scene that you know in the hotel room. We're going to move it to 2 weeks later." I said, "Here's the deal. You can do whatever scene you want on May 21st, but I will be naked. That's all I'm telling you. It could be on a plane, it could be in the White House. I don't care. I will have my clothes off, and that is the only day I will have them off." So, I'm sorry, that was a year ago, and that's all gone now.
All right. We have one lady over there in blue.
Oh, jeez.
All right, Logan.
I actually worked on that. And that's a choice. What were you thinking, bro?
I'm scared, you guys. When you order a steak, do you use cutlery or do you just stab the ribeye? Like, I've always been curious.
You making fun of me? Are you? Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Well, Wolverine is doing something back there with one of the press. Do we have any questions for Peter? Yes, sir.
How familiar were you with
Do you need the microphone?
Yeah.
in the Philippines? How familiar were you with the X-Men material prior to them casting you as Waller Bridge-Trask?
Well, you can't sort of live in the world without being somewhat familiar with the X-Men comic books, and certainly the X-Men movies that came before this. And I'd seen all of the X-Men movies, and I'm a huge fan. I'm just like a lot of people. I love to get into a dark, cool movie theater during the summer and dig into a great story.
Let's give him a moment.
You don't mess with Wolverine.
Okay, thank you.
I hate it when he does that. I'm so sorry. He just loses control.
All right, as Peter was saying, your familiarity
I
with
was
the
saying
band.
something really boring. He still has the same haircut. I was expecting a trim.
Wolverine style. I like that. It looks good, man. Come on, stand up, show it everyone. That looks better, right?
All right, okay, if we have, that's about the time that we have actually for the floor, but we believe that you guys all have, all right, maybe invite, yes, Hugh, Peter, and Bingbing to move forward. And from the left, let's start from the left.